Hello, how you doing? It's the New Rev on the Block again. It's the New Rev on the Block. Happy Valentine's Day, first of all. I know it's Valentine's Day. Some of you, getting your roses and your flowers and your chocolates. I hope you have your heart's desire. So I want to talk to you about submission on this Valentine's Day when you're in relationship or in relation with people. I want to talk about this issue of submission. I even put a Facebook status up there a couple of weeks ago, and they got a lot of comments, stirred a lot of discussion. So let's talk about it. I based it off of this little scripture that says in Ephesians, it says, be subject to one another and have reverence for Christ. Be subject to one another and have reverence for Christ. Remember Christ. Why did the scripture say that? Because Christ was submitted. Christ was submitted to God. So in our relationships, it's important to be submitted one to another. A lot of times people like to point out how the wife should be submitted to the husband, and that's all, but I know it goes both ways. I'm by no means an expert on marriage and relationships. However, I know what I've experienced, and I know what I am learning. When I go to visit my wife's hometown, I let her take the lead. You tell me the nice restaurants. You tell me the places to hang out, because she has experience there. So I submit to her directions when we're in a place she's familiar with, and vice versa. When I go to my hometown, I'm making the suggestions. I'm making the calls to the friends to hang out with. So submission is also situational. It's a time to submit one to another. It's also easier to submit to somebody who has proven to serve your best interest. You've proven to serve your best interest. That's one of the qualifiers for submission. A lot of times we're in relationships, even with our co-workers, our bosses, our managers, and sometimes we know that they are either have served our best interests or not. So in submission, one of the qualifiers to me is that, number one, you have some type of experience, and number two, you're serving my best interest or the interest of the greater good. Now, the interest of the greater good sometimes doesn't always involve my best interest, but I'm okay with that. I can submit to that because I see that you're looking out for the greater good. Here goes some things that to me disqualify you. These are things that disqualify you from being submitted to. Number one, no proven consideration, and number two, self-interest. You always come out looking on top. You always come out ahead. You always have to lead out. Just self-interest, no greater good. So let me ask you, are you in a relationship or in relation with someone, some institution, some business deal, some business partner that they always have to come out on top? They always have to come out looking good. They always have to take the lead. I would suggest you to check that. So I want to hear you. Let me ask you this question. Are roles and titles a qualifier for subjection? Well, tell me about it. Write me, inbox me, and follow me also at NewRevOnDaBlock at Twitter and Instagram. And once of all, happy Valentine's Day. Grace, peace, and blessings.